Hi, welcome back to the channel. Sometimes when you want to go up in your career, when you want to climb the ladder, you want a higher salary, you want a better job, you want better opportunities, you sometimes have to change jobs. You have to change companies, and sometimes you have to change industries. If you find yourself in an industry where there was a crisis, like myself 5 years ago, I find myself in the oil and gas industry. There was a huge crisis. 100,000 people lost their jobs in one company alone, the company I was working in, right? If you find yourself in that situation, maybe it's time for you to change. And if you find yourself stuck in your career, you don't see any progress anymore, there's no growth anymore, maybe it's time to change the company or to change the job you're doing. This video is for you. I'm going to show you steps, 5 steps that you have to take if you want to change industries or change your career. And I want to give you a mindset tip at the end of the day, because at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a belief that will change everything if you start living by that. If you change the way, the perspective you see about your career, that's what I'm going to give you at the end of this video. You will realize that whatever you're about to do, whether you like it or not, is the only path for you to get to the dream job that you want, or to get to the salary and the money that you truly want. So let's start. 5 tips, 5 steps that you have to take if you are changing industries and you want to do it and be successful at it. My name is Arthur, and I am helping ambitious professionals to stand out in their careers. I did it myself. I spent years navigating a career, and I believe that everyone should aim for having a fulfilling career. Everyone should be proud of their jobs. Everyone should be happy in their jobs. Everyone should be skilled in their jobs. Everyone should get the most out of their career. And this is why I started this channel. So if you are someone who wants to stand out and to get that dream job, to get that career that is exciting, to get those opportunities and to make money in that process, then I will advise you to hit that clock. Hit that clock and subscribe to this channel, and also share this channel with everyone that is willing and is intending to create the best career they like, the best career they want. So let's come back to it. 5 steps for you if right now you have to change industries, you have to change jobs, you have to change companies. And the first step that I want to share with you is you have to understand and to be clear on what you want. That's the first step, because look at it as you are a GPS. If you are a GPS and you don't know where you're going, you don't know the location where you're going, you will never get there. Even though the GPS got the map inside, your phone's got the map inside itself, and your phone can get you from point A to point B. But if the phone doesn't know where point B is, you're never going to get anywhere. So it's very important to be crystal clear on what you want. What industry are you looking for to enter? What job do you want to get? What company are you targeting? And you have to be even more specific. You have to understand that target. What do they want? Like that role that you're looking for, that industry they're looking for, what do they want? What are the job offers there? And what is the job offer there that is of interest for you? And also, what do you have? Like today, what do you do? What is your skill set? What are your experiences? You have to understand that as well. That's part of the target. Also, you have to understand the gap between where you want to get and where you are right now. I told you, you're a GPS. You have point A, you have point B. So if you know point A, you don't know point B, you don't know where to go. But if you know point B and you don't know point A, the GPS is not going to get you anywhere, because it needs 2 coordinates. point A and point B, and the GPS can get you where you need to go. There's the map, and that map, you have it here. Your mind is so powerful, but you need to be crystal clear on what you want. Point A, where you are. Point B, where you go. What's the gap between point A and point B? Also, then you will have to understand what are the similarities between the two industries, or the two jobs, or the two companies, right? And also, what are the differences? It's very important to be crystal clear on that. That's the first step. Clarify your target. That's the first step. So the second step that I want to share with you is, if, for example, like, you have to see this as building a bridge. This is what I did, guys. Like, I remember when I lost my job in the oil and gas industry, right? And I decided that I didn't want to do an engineering job anymore. But I didn't have any experience in another industry. I had just done 5-6 years in the oil and gas industry. And so I had to think about, how can I bridge from the experience I had in the oil and gas industry to the experience and the job that I wanted in the supply chain industry? Because that's what I did in the supply chain industry, right? What is the bridge that I need to build? You build bridges when you do that. And so when you try to build a bridge, the most important thing is to understand, what do I need to build that bridge? And there are many different things that you can need to build a bridge, right? The first thing is, maybe it's education. Maybe there are certain certifications or a certain degree that they require in the new industry, in the new role, in the new company that you want to get in, and you don't have those. So maybe you will have to get educated again. That's the first step. But the other bridge that you can also do is, sometimes you probably need a position that is a bridge between the old position and the new position that you want. For myself, for example, I'm going to tell you, I was doing projects in the oil and gas industry. I was working under pressure. I was managing teams. I was delivering on targets with pressure of deadlines. And I wanted to get into the supply chain industry. And when I was doing the interviews, what I was getting as a feedback was, I don't have enough experience in the industry, in the supply chain industry, even though I knew how to manage projects, even though I knew how to handle the pressure. So what did I do? So what I did is, I got into another company which was doing projects in supply chain. So they were not into the supply chain industry, but they were delivering projects for the supply chain industry companies. So they were really interested in one thing in particular that I had was, I had the experience of managing projects under pressure. And because their customers were supply chain companies, they had a lot of pressure to make sure that everything around the supply chain, everything that's happening in that industry was going smoothly. And that's what happened. I got into that role that was basically a bridge role between what I was doing before and where I wanted to get into. That's the way you build a bridge, either education or certification, or you do it with another role that will be a bridge role, an intermediary role that will help you get closer to where you want to get, but a bit outside of where you used to be, so that the people in the point B will see you as a fit because you're closer to them. That's the second step that you need to take probably. The third step is, you will then have to mark and record your skills that are transferable. So once you identify your bridge, it's about, what do I sell to that new industry? My skills, what are the skills that they're really interested in? And one of the skills that I had was managing teams. One of the skills that I had was managing projects. One of the skills that I had was working with indicators. Right? So I was able to actually monitor operations. And those are skills that are needed in the supply chain industry, for example, right? And because I was able to mark those and I was able to identify those as skills that they will be needing in the new industry that I wanted to get in, I decided to work on those. I decided to work on how to present them. That's the third step. Find your transferable skills, skills that you can use in the new industry, and those skills were developed in your old experience. Once you find it, you are able to build that bridge and to sell your capacity, to sell that you are capable of building that bridge and to succeed in the new role in the new industry. Then the fourth step that you will have to take is you will start to look for jobs and you will start to be very diligent about it. You start to stay open and look at positions coming up all the time and all the time and all the time. You will have to be able to jump in and reply to any job offering as soon as possible, because the sooner you get into that, the sooner you get to reply, the more chances you have to be called to the interview. That's just pure statistics and the effect of time. So you have to be reactive. You have to be on that all the time and all the time and all the time. And also, what you will have to do is to start networking. Start by creating that LinkedIn profile, to start reaching out to people in that new industry. Start asking them these questions. 3 questions very important when you call someone in the new industry. First, you have to say and tell them that you're interested in their jobs, that you are very, very interested in their job, and that you will want to know more about what they do, more about what make them, like that field. People like to talk about themselves. They will be very flattered that you get to show interest in what they do. That's the first question that you need to ask when you try to network in a new industry. The second question is about what advice should they give you if you want to enter that field. That's an important question as well, because you show them that you value their time, you value the advice. And also you will get so much valuable information for what you're trying to do. And the third question that you will have to ask them is, do they know other people that you should talk to? Other people in the industry that they should refer you to, so that you can get to know more about the industry, get to know different type of roles, different type of industry. Don't call them and ask them you want a job. That's not what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is to create a connection and to show them that you are interested in what they do. And in the discussion, you will tell them what you intend to do. You intend to change roles, you intend to change industry. So you are looking for a job, but you don't ask them directly for a job. By creating the connection, by creating that connection, they will think about you if they see an opening. That's how you network. You don't go and ask them for a job. You create connection. You show that you are motivated, interested in that field, and that you value their time, you value their expertise, you value their advice. You create the connection and they will think about you. But you ask them as well to open their network. It's easier for someone to open their network for you, but it's a lot more difficult. And sometimes people don't like it when you ask them for a job because they're not a recruiter, right? They don't really feel at ease with that, but they're really happy to open the book for you and to recommend you for their colleague or for someone they know that is really willing to help someone like you, someone who's doing that, who is trying to change industries. All right, that was the fourth step. And the last step that I want to share with you is start working on your personal brand, which is LinkedIn profile or resume. Your transferable skills, you will have to make sure that you use the language of the new industry in your resume and in your LinkedIn profile. The vocabulary, talk like them, use the words, use the adjectives, right? Use the format of resume, use everything that they use. Become one of them. That's how you're going to connect. That's how they're going to see really that you are a right fit for that industry, because you talk like them. Every industry has his lingo. Every industry has its lingo. So you have to understand that lingo. It's so important. Now is the final part, because I'm going to share with you that mindset trick that I talked to you about, right? And the mindset trick is you have to understand that change is inevitable. And with the economy right now, with what we're living, the way things are changing so fast, you better use to change. You better use to adapt. You better use to develop that skill of getting into a new job, getting into a new role, getting into a new industry, getting into a new life. You have to adapt. And the sooner you understand that change is the new normal, the better you will be at everything you do in your career. And you will see how you can reach such highs. But you have to understand that change is the new normal, and you have to learn how to handle change. You have to learn how to manage change, how to learn how to benefit from change so that you prepare your career whenever you want. So that's for me, and I really hope that you find something valuable in there, right? And if you want help, if you are an ambitious professional and you want to stand out, you want to get that dream job, or you want to advance in your career, and you really want to get fulfilled or find a career that will make you proud of yourself, that will, make you fulfilled in your life, I'm helping people like you. So there's a link below this video. If you go and click on it, you can book a call with me, and I can help you with anything that will help you stand out in your career. But till then, I'll just talk to you later, and I will say good evening. Bye-bye.